Alrighty guys, welcome back to another FreakNZ video. I know what you're thinking, no, I'm not wearing the same shirt for like 4 days. I've been recording these in advance, so yeah, I've been recording them all on my days off from uni on Fridays. So what we're cracking into today guys is a build for the SA-58. Now the SA-58 is again another notoriously high recoil gun, so having a max in slot for the sort of recoil reduction is really handy for this to get more rounds on target and eventually end up getting you guys probably more kills if you're using it properly. So as always guys, we're going to start going over the different components of this build here and show you guys how to sort of chuck everything together. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to start out with the DSA SPR stock. You guys can find this one down here in the sort of stock menu. We have the extreme dust cover for the SA-58 because it has a sight rail on the top of it, so it allows us to mount more things to it. And then for the pistol grip, we are using the Fab Defense AG FAL. Now moving on to our sort of handguard here guys, we are using the Cas V FAL foregrip, and I believe this one here is, where are you at? This one. So we're using this one here guys, and then also putting the 5-inch mount and an RK2 on it. Now this is going to reduce it quite a bit. Now optionally guys, you can switch from that one to the B25U. Now this gives you quite a few more ergonomics but a little bit less recoil, so if we're going purely max recoil, we are going to be using the RK2 sort of direct down foregrip there. Now you can also chuck lasers onto the front of this guy here. Just chuck a 2-inch or a 4-inch guide on the front here, and then you can mount all kinds of lasers and other cool things on the front there. I haven't actually chucked one on this yet. But then we're going to move on to the most complicated part of this whole build here guys, which is our compensator and blast mitigation device setup. Now, if you haven't come across the kind of 308 blast mitigation device, it's a very cool thing that we get in 0.12. Now, how to chuck this together can be a little bit complicated when you're sort of putting all the parts together. Now, note, if you're putting them together inside of your inventory and not inside of the sort of preset maker, you are going to need to go in the order of the A3 thread adapter, and then the Lantac Lantac Dragon here, and then finally the Lantac blast mitigation device. Okay, I think you might be able to put the blast mitigation device on and then put the Dragon on. But yeah, that's the order you guys are going to need to do that in order to get those mounted on the front. Now, they reduce the recoil by a very large amount. You'll see at the moment our vertical recoil is sitting at around about 70. Well, no, sorry, not around about, it's exactly 70. But when we take this one here off, so if we remove that A3, that goes up to 126. Okay, and compare that to also just having this one on here, we're at 84. So if we can go in and chuck the A3, Lantac, blast mitigation, we get all the way down to 70. So it's almost 14 less recoil there, guys. Right, so obviously we need to take into account build cost as well, team. Now, with this one here, we're only around about 200 grand, which is pretty good, all things considered, this being one of the stronger weapons within Escape From Tarkov. So definitely one that I would recommend you guys try at least once. Because yeah, very powerful firing the 308 rounds. I'd recommend just using M80 though if you're going to be sort of full autoing this one here. Okay, so we're in the hideout now guys. We're going to start comparing the recoil between the two different weapons here. You can see we're on full auto. What we're going to do, aim at the bottom of the target here. Now you can see that initial kick jumped almost all the way from the bottom of the target up to the top of the target there. So massive recoil, okay? Now when we swap off to this one here, just check we're on full auto there first. So we're going to aim at the bottom of the target here. And again, surprise, it jumped up to here and stayed there pretty much the entire time. Whereas with the first one, we started here, jumped up to here, and then kind of ended up spraying in the entire chest area. Right, so moving on to target number 2, guys. Same deal. Aim at the bottom, mouse up. You can see pretty much all of those missed versus this one here. Didn't lift my mouse up for you there, but I was keeping it still, just trust. Alright, and then number 3. Again, we're not expecting any of this to hit. You can see just way too far above the target, but with the third one, and this, can see we strayed a little bit off to the side there, but we're still roughly staying within that pattern. So if someone's at that range, you can still be using this in full auto versus the sort of base one, which you're going to have absolutely no chance of full autoing at this range. Alright guys, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to let me know down in the comments so I can do more videos like this. Also, if you guys want to become part of the community, make sure to jump into our Discord down below. I chuck up all the notifications for live streams in there. We do giveaways, and also I'm going to post obviously all of our videos there as well. But if you want to become part of that, make sure to join the link down there. Obviously my live stream is linked below as well if you want to see more of my face. And yeah, if you guys liked the video, make sure to sub, and I'll see you guys around in the future. Peace out.